My name is Duddy, set up builds and stuff. I've got a build today to show you that absolutely wrecks Legend Onslaught. I want to say the Legend version, because you get a lot of these videos. This build destroys Onslaught and then you look at them and it's just normal Onslaught gameplay. This is Legend Onslaught gameplay and it makes this mode an absolute joke. It's so easy. You're going to get kills that you don't even know that you're getting kills. Your Unraveling and your Swarmers and your Threadlings are just going to get so many kills for you. So stay with me, I'm going to break it all down. The whole build is on a Warlock. It revolves around the Swarmers. Destroying a Tangle spawns a Threadling. Your Threadlings unravel targets that they damage, are really important. Them unraveling rounds are excellent. Your Threadling just seeks out targets and attacks them, deals damage. But the unraveling part of the Swarmers is the main focus of this build, and we're going to heavily build into the unraveling rounds. But this is what to do. You just throw one of your Threadling grenades down. They're going to unravel everything, track everything, and it just makes things easy. You'll see all of these unraveling rounds just going ham, really. They're just killing so many things left, right and centre. And look at that, you just track everything. And you do it, like I said at the beginning of the video, these kills that you get that you don't even know that you're getting. You can just see numbers around corners and they're just clearing ads for you. It's absolutely crazy. Look at the state of it, it's just an absolute cakewalk. There is a couple of ways you can lean into this build, but my particular setup is going to focus on this aspect. The Wanderer tangles you throw, attach to targets and detonate into a suspending burst. Destroying a tangle creates a suspending burst after a short delay, but because we are running the Swarmers, whenever you destroy one of them tangles, it will suspend and it will also unleash a couple of Threadlings, which the Threadlings will then go on to unravel, and it's just a nasty little cycle. So you've got some real good sort of ad control as well with the Wanderer aspect. You can just throw one of these or destroy it with your gun and it will suspend things, which is obviously good for all things in the game, especially Legend Onslaught when you're getting surrounded by a lot of ads. But again, just unleashing them Threadlings with it as well. Weaver's Call is the other one I like to run. Whenever you cast your Rift, it's going to detonate 3 Threadlings and deploy any Threadlings you have perched. So you just simply put your Rift down and this will unleash a load of Threadlings, which again will unravel targets as it goes. Plus your Threadling grenade, you've literally got infinite amounts of Threadlings, and I will keep saying it, but you will see your unraveling rounds and the Threadlings just get so many kills for you. They do so much work for you, especially in Horde mode activities like this. It's also really good for GMs as well. I've got a few clips to show you in GMs. But all these two mixed together, the suspending from the Wanderer and the infinite amount of Threadlings with Threadling grenade and the Weaver's Call aspect, just get you so many kills and it makes things really easy. And again, like I said, you'll just see numbers left, right and centre, going around corners, everything, add spawning. You don't even know they're spawning because you're getting killed by all of your Unraveling and Threadlings. You can use the Strand exotic sidearm for this build as well, the final warning, where this weapon basically just gives you infinite unraveling rounds and infinite tangles as well as everything that you've seen. So final warning is a good option. You'll see, again, just adding to the build with all the unraveling rounds and all the tangles that you can create. But there is another weapon that is just takes this build to a really another level in my opinion. Oh, before I get into that, you can also use demolitionist weapons as well. But the Buried Bloodline just really makes this build go crazy. It's a Void exotic sidearm, double fires tracking bolts, landing bolts, leeches health from the target. Also, multiple final blows with this weapon grant Devour to the wielder, so you can add Devour to this as well, and while all your Threadlings are going off, you're just going to keep extending your Devour. And then not only that, the catalyst for this gives you weakening whenever you've got your Devour active, so you can also weaken targets, which is great for your teammates and great for you and your Threadlings and your Unraveling rounds, just getting that extra weakening on top. If you just keep an eye on that bottom left, you'll see that Devour that I've got active from the sidearm itself. It's just an added bonus really. It does make the build a little bit better, but like I said, final warning, the demolitionist weapons were just as good really. But you can see that Devour, just keeping that Devour extended, weakening everything for you, your teammates and your Threadlings, Unraveling rounds, etc. But yeah, like I said, final warning, an exotic sidearm like a Buried Bloodline or even a demolitionist weapon all work really nice with this build as well. But just getting that Devour as an added bonus. Fragments, thread of continuity, suspend, unravel and sever effects applied to targets have an increased duration. This one is absolutely crucial because of the suspending from the Wanderer and also the unraveling rounds that you create. These all have an extended period of time. Thread of evolution, Threadlings travel further and deal additional damage. Again, absolutely crucial. You want them Threadlings that you spawn in to do as much damage as possible. So Thread of Continuity and Thread of Evolution are two fragments to focus on. The last two fragments I like to run are Thread of Rebirth. Strand weapon final blows have a chance to create a Threadling. This doubles up with hatchling perks. If you've got a weapon with hatchling, you are going to be able to create two Threadlings, which is obviously great for your swarmers. And then Thread of Generation, dealing damage generates grenade energy. Now dealing any type of damage will generate grenade energy, and as you've seen, you're just going to create damage all of the time, which really buffs your Threadling grenade out. So it's an absolutely insane set of fragments to run. Now do stick to Strand primary weapons or heavy weapons because of the unraveling orbs. Picking up an orb of power also grants your Strand weapons unraveling rounds. Unraveling rounds are just extra damage. Horde, shuttle, damaging unraveling targets with a weapon occasionally spawns a Threadling. So if you add these two seasonal artifact perks into it as well, you've literally got a build that will destroy anything in game. The actual DPS for the build does sort of lack a tiny bit, but you still get away with it. We'll manage to do 2 or 3 of these level 50 legend runs pretty easy. You do some okay damage with your Threadlings, but you could also switch to something like Starfire Protocol, or you could just stick on an Overbomb just for a boss DPS phase if you needed, but we didn't really need to. It was pretty solid, plenty of damage with the Threadlings and the super. GMs, it just makes GMs an absolute doddle as well, obviously. So Legend, Onslaught, GMs, very, very easy. And it's a build I have sort of run all season, and if you know me by now, I wouldn't tell you to run a build in like certain things if it wasn't sort of like pretty good, and it is. It's absolutely awesome. The only thing I've got left to do is show you the rest of my mods, how I have my mods set up on the armour. So straight over to the class item, I like to run a Reaper. Every time you use your class ability, which you do all of the time, your next weapon kill will spawn an orb of power. Double bomber to buff my Threadling grenade recharge up. So double bomber and a Reaper mod on your class item. On my legs, I like to go for grenade recharge. So 2 innovations, reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. And then in this particular setup, I was running a Void Scavenger for my Buried Bloodline, but you can mix and match that up if you're running other weapons. On my chest piece, Concussive Damner, a couple of Void, Solar, Arc Resistance, whatever you're doing at the time. You can even trade one out for reserves if needed. On my arms, these are quite important as well. Bolster and Detonations grants class ability whenever you cause damage with a grenade. Obviously, Weaver's Call is really going to benefit from that. And then Font of Vigor, I like to run 2 of these to buff the Unraveling melee out. So plus 50 for 2 of these Font of Vigors whenever you've got an orb of power. Really enhances the melee. Void Siphon, again, this is something you may want to change out if you're not running Buried Bloodline. And then Special Ammo Finder, and again you can also switch that out to a Heavy Ammo Finder if needed. That pretty much wraps up the video. The only thing I've really got left to say is what I said at the beginning of the video. Don't fall for these silly little videos that you see on YouTube and you'll see somebody say this build destroys Onslaught, and you go on the video and it's literally just a video of normal Onslaught gameplay up to wave 20. And I'll be honest, any build destroys a normal Onslaught. You just need a couple of different builds to really destroy the Legend version. And this is what you've seen in this video, Legend Onslaught gameplay and GM gameplay. So you'll see the build is absolutely crazy. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, drop me a follow, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. I hope you found it helpful. Have an awesome week.